Hey, hello everyone, this is Invasion Animation. I just woke up, don't really have too much time, and uh, I know I forgot something. I wanted to change the title of the stream to me like making like a cartoon and stuff, but you know what? I plan on doing this too, so I may as well just go ahead and do this. Just why not? Alright, so let's just go and put this to black. Because yeah, I only got like 2 more critters here. 2 more cryptids. So last time on the stream I did the snallygaster. It's this tentacled bird creature. I decided to not make it have tentacles and just made it have let me see. I don't know if the music is loud enough. Let me pop it just a teeny bit. There you go. Just a teeny little line right there. That should be good. Alright, let's see. So yeah, there's the snallygaster. I forgot to put any scales on it, so I'm just gonna leave it like that. Actually, no. Right, I'll just do just a few manual ones, nothing too special. Just a little bit of these. Yeah, sometimes less is more, so I might do that. That reminds me that I recently made a video about some dwarves. I didn't post it yet, but I think that it looks pretty good. Forgot to add my logo onto it, but let's see. May have to like redo and re-edit the video, and that could go out tomorrow maybe. Right, anyways, to the Bigfoots. On my teeth. Well, okay. And that's a siren. Basically, it's a mammalian version of one. Because personally, I just don't really see a lizard possibly mating with a human. This can't either, but I feel like this would be more likely with a mammal. Did the frogman and his top hat, he ended up turning out slightly more muscular than I wanted him to be, but it worked out. His arm, there's something that looks deformed about this rabbit, but I can't put my finger on it. I think maybe if like his arm went to like there, it would look a little better. So let's just try it. Yeah, that does look better. Alright, so that jackalope is fixed. We also made Paul from DNA Studios. It's a defunct channel, a defunct studio. It's a shame that it went out of business, but it is what. How did I get that many? Whatever. Let's see. Alright, so anyways, to the Bigfoot. So I could probably just use Paul's head as a guideline, but I'm not gonna do all that. Alright, so actually plan on having like most of these creatures in my, probably not this guy, but I plan on having most of these in like the big high production cartoon that I plan on doing one day. I pitched it to some studios, but never worked out. It's just one of those things. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so let's do that. So let's actually make them slightly longer, just a slight curve at this side. That just adds more to the foot looking factor of these. So let's do that. And that. Right. So, hey, how are you? Doing fine, Ape Green. How are you? I'm currently drawing some big feet. Sometimes folks really enjoy staring at feet. I'm not sure the reason why. Alright, so let's see. I'm okay. That is good to hear. So let's go ahead. There we go. Alright, so I got this. Basically, Bigfoot is this ape-like creature. So I'm thinking, let me just do this. Actually, let me go ahead and go here and move this over. Oh, the name's not. Oh, name's up there. Whoops. Alright, so let's just put that right there. That should be fine there. Alright, so let's do this and move this. Just make a copy of it because I may draw two. By the way, none of these guys are the same size. This one is going to be... Actually, this one's going to be the smallest than this one. Actually, right there is kind of accurate to their size comparisons. Right, anyways, let's go ahead and do this. I have like two different versions of the Bigfoot in mind. So, I'll just do one now. So, gonna do that, give it kind of like an ape-like nose. And we're gonna just do this. That's just a nice little cartoony Bigfoot. Let's just use that little dot and make it into a feature. And this and this. Right, so gonna do the ears kind of like so, this like this, that like that, just to give a slight lobe to it. And let's just do this just as a extra point. Let's move that there, move this to about here. There, we have that. I got to Maddie to a live stream. Alright, that's good, Galactic, that she's live streaming. I just woke up. Oh, sup, Dumpling, welcome to the stream. Also, welcome to the stream, Galactic. Alright, so, I'm basically drawing this now, and yeah, I'll stop by to her stream if she's still streaming. I just woke up. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this. Kind of have too much of like a cool haircut, but I'm gonna just go with it. so we're gonna do this. Since Bigfoot is like supposed to be kind of muscular, I'm just gonna do this right here. I'm gonna do 2 different versions. So you just woke up. Yep. Alright. I'm still kind of sleepy, but I'm gonna stay awake. Actually, that's fine. So we're gonna do this and that there. Alright, so let's go ahead and just add some of the hands right here. This was safe enough to be a good looking hand, but I think I messed it up already. Alright, so actually let's make the fingers a little bit longer, because if you look at pictures of apes, they have like abnormally long fingers. So we're gonna just do that. Actually, the palm of their hands are much longer than humans too. But either way, this seems like it's long enough. Alright, so let's do that. But yeah, this stream isn't planning on going even an hour. It's gonna be like kind of a 40-minute stream. It's a long bottom lip. Yeah, it definitely is. Gonna draw like a different one though. Alright, so let's also do the hand kind of like this too. I am rewatching. That's accurate. Yeah, that's good to know. I am rewatching this awesome show called Jericho. If you haven't seen it, it is so good. It's about this small town. Well, actually, I should specify the characters. It's about this guy who's a screw-up, and he just got back into a small town. He's basically begging for money, but instead he managed to find the ability to survive because the whole country blew the heck up. So what he did was he survived in the town, and now the whole town is basically some of the only bastions of civilization that's still around. Like, small town is like the biggest city. I watched that before. Yeah, then you know how awesome it is. So yeah, that town is basically the last of the human race, because like it was only just the country. The whole world didn't blow up or anything like that. And you would think it was the in some kind of war, but no, the whole thing was in a inside job. So yeah. Oh, that was probably a spoiler. My mistake. Let's see. Sorry about that. But it's definitely worth checking out, because even then, it's still worth it to see it, because it's not really a major spoiler or anything like that. Let's see. That does not look good. He is not gonna have visible teeth. And so that's good like that. Let's just color in his face. Bloop. Right, and his feet. We're gonna make this kind of red. And there we go. We have one version of Bigfoot. I have another in mind. Operation Bigfoot, Vano's reference. Yeah. Alright, so let's go ahead and draw this other version. I'm gonna keep his eyes blank because they look pink and it makes him look kind of like he's high. So, and that just amuses me. Just imagining Bigfoot being high in the woods. That's a hilarious image to me. Alright, so let's see. And so this is basically an other version of Bigfoot. Like kind of less ape-like, but more like a mysterious entity. So this would basically be it. And so kind of like that. Let's do this. And let's zoom in just a tad. Right, so that's fine like that. Actually, let's make his head around that big, that size. So let's just grab the selected tool and erase that. Boop. And there we go. And like rather than like defined arms, he's basically just gonna have this whooping tin to it. Just like looking all kinds of jagged and stuff. Alright, so but yeah, I made some dwarves earlier. Like yesterday. The video might come out tomorrow. I actually made some dwarves on stream that were basically an offshoot of fairies. The ones that I'm talking about are a different type of dwarf. So, this one is like pretty cool. I think y'all are going to like it. So, I'm gonna post that tomorrow, ideally. And that should be out by then. Alright, so this guy is just basically an angry looking version of this guy. Not much of a difference. So we're just gonna have this. And this. Alright, so let's do that. That and that. And I actually wanted this part to be erased, kind of. But like this is like the only part of it that's big. Looks like they have a twin. Yeah. Alright, so let's see. That's fine like that. Let's cut. And so let's just add like a slight beard to it. Alright, so that's good like that. Don't really see a need to change the feed all that much, so we're gonna keep it like that. I do want it to be like much darker though, so we're gonna do this and that. And let's just give it a slight glow. And there we go. So basically, two different kinds of Bigfoots. Let's increase that alpha, this alpha, and go down to the pud. That guy. It's basically a hedgehog, fella. Little hedgehog guy. Alright, so last stream we did the rest of these. So pretty cool. Did these two just now. Excuse me. It's about 10 minutes each, so that's pretty good. So let's see. They both look awesome. Thank you. I really appreciate you saying that. Right, so these ones here, 2 to 3 feet tall. This is kind of like a hedgehog looking guy. Alright, so let's see. I don't know how they can push a human off a cliff at 2 to 3 feet tall, but guess they can. Short knives and spears to use to block. Right. So to basically fight like they're from the streets. They like just throw sand to blind the peoples. Alright, so. But hey, that's basically life in the woods because these animals, they really have to fight for their lives. And so here's what I'm gonna do. Gonna just do this. Probably gonna ironically make it look way too human when it's not supposed to. Like, that poster looks so nice that it's creepy, but I'm not gonna go for that. I'm just gonna make it in my own style. Just do that, and this. Actually, I can probably do it a different way. So, boop, boop, and... Okay, that's better. So what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to make a little hedgehog type fella. Right, so let's do that. Let's also add just a slight bit of fur right here. Alright, let's see. I don't want them to be like holding the fur nice and properly. So let's do that first. Alright, so let's whip out the line tool for this one. So that should be good. Let's do this. Let's do that. That. Just that to wrap around it. That works, I guess. Alright, so that's fine. Let's also see what I can do with the body here. Alright, so let's do that. And this. Alright, so let's do that. Decided to just give him only four fingers, I should say. Right, so just that and that. So let's do that. I'm trying to like estimate the size of the arms here. So about there should be fine. That doesn't look good. Alright, let's undo that. That's slightly better. Let's just do that right here. Right, let's go to about 6, and that should be fine. And right there should be good too. Right, so we got that. That arm still looks sad. So let's see about fixing it. Right, so let's go and just put this about here. And let's also make that go to about here. Alright, that works. Alright, so let's do the rest of the body. I know the creatures are kind of fat there, but I'm gonna make him slightly more slender. Not that much more, though. Right, so just gonna have him have a slight amount of fur here. And let's do some ears. I know they're not hedgehog ears, but I feel like these ears would just work better on them. Alright, so that should be good. Let's also do this. Actually, I could do something here. Because these guys like have spears and stuff. Let's just put a little head on them. Not really a big one, but something just to defy him. Alright, so let's see. We got like a tribe of like war critters. So let's just say they just hunt birds and just keep their feet with them. Actually, that would look kind of dumb. Well, let me just finish that part and just see. Yeah, kind of dumb. Alright, so I'm just gonna leave that headband and just let it be like that. Yeah, so let's do that. This. Favorite cryptid was the Loch Ness monster. Yeah, they say that that's kind of like a plesiosaur, which I think is pretty neat. Alright, so let's do this. And let's do that. Since these guys are only like 2 to 3 feet tall, a fairy should is still very small to them, but would be drastically bigger to them than it would be to a human. Like a fairy would probably be like about the size of these guys' hands. Alright, so instead of like that bird looking tin, I'm gonna do like just a little mammal type of feet. Alright, so something kind of like that. Alright, so try something like this. And to about here. Now let's curve it just a tad better. Right, and that looks fine like that. Do you notice everything get unnecessarily expensive nowadays? Yeah, it's been doing that for so many years now. It's these rich folks. They want to get every single last drop of wealth now because they think that the world that they're purposefully ending is going to end. So they want as much money as possible. Then they're going to make robot citizens that they own. And then they're going to like force them to work for them endlessly and basically be the slaves to them. But what those idiotic AI idiots don't know is that they're not going to be included in it. It's only going to be for people with over $100 million. The rest of us are just going to be fodder. And that's only assuming the AI does not rise up. I don't think it's going to. But if it does, though, then they're doomed just as much as the rest of us. So it's just dumb all around. Alright, so we got that, and that. Oh, I made that toe way too big. Right, that's better. Right. Should I make this one? Yeah, let's make this one bigger too. By the way, is the music too quiet? That's fine, probably. Right, so we got that. That toe is fine. Like fascist. Yep. Rise in fascism has been like tenfold these days. It's very unfortunate. They're basically in every single platform trying to influence everyone. And now, excuse me, Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. All right. Now. Excuse me. And anyways, yeah. But now, like that, age verification thing. It's not just on YouTube, but everywhere. They're basically going to censor everything that you see, and you won't even know what's real and what's fake. So, yeah, it's just all kinds of bullshit going on these days, which is unfortunate, but that's just the nature of our new reality. Alright, so I'm gonna have him have a circular belly. No, that's a bit of like a topic switch, going from talking about something important like that to just talking about this guy's belly. But what else is there to do? It's not gonna be enough people to do anything before it's too late, and by the time it's too late, there's not gonna be enough that can do something about it. So there's not really much need to worry. There is, but nothing, not to worry like debilitatingly. Just enjoy doing what you're doing, or you can still do it. Talk, write, draw, do everything while you still can. Alright, so let's see. Excuse me. I wonder, would these people have like a loincloth? I feel like that could work wonders for them. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, that works. That works. Alright, so I'm gonna do that and put that there. Alright, so let's go to 6, add this, add that, and get rid of this. Alright. And I think I should add just one more tin here. Just a strap that can be used to like hold something on the other side that I am not going to draw. So we're gonna do that. Shrink this down to 2. Add this to show that that part of him is in fact furry. So let's do that. Alright, so let's do this. Oh, it does. It's just claiming to use AI to determine someone's age. If you watch enough adult videos, you should be able to roll past it. But personally, I think they're just gonna do it for everyone because it's just technique to just get your ID, get your identification. So if you say anything of discontent, they will know exactly who you are and who said it. Although it's still illogical because many people, like myself, use like one computer like multiple people use it. So it's very illogical, but what can you do? Alright, so we got that. Let's do this. So this is basically, this creature has like all kinds of quills coming from it. then I could like go back and add more detail. So as of right now, let's make sure that stays black. I'm gonna keep it in the secondary for now. Let's do the quills first. I'm amazed that didn't fill the whole screen. Alright, so we got that. Whole ID verification starts from the UK, which is ironic if you know in 1984 takes place. Yeah, it's like they basically studied that. I think they know that people won't fight back against them, so they feel like completely empowered to do that. And they are right. No one's really fighting back against them. They're just protesting. The protests aren't really doing anything. If we want to see like proper change, we need to just abandon those sites and stuff until they properly acknowledge what we want. Alright, so we do that here, this here. Alright, so let's go ahead and add this and this. That should be enough spikes. I might have this guy in the cartoon as well. Oh, nearly out of time. Yeah, hopefully this conveys the proper amount of spikes. I should have some behind him, otherwise it looks like he's just spiky on one side of him. Alright, so we're gonna do that. And I feel like that should work. The spikes are a bit too thick, but I can't be bothered to thin them out. I could just draw an additional line in between and call it a day with that. Alright, so that did not work out. Alright, so only happened in the West. Yet those who didn't live in the West use Clippy. Those I met from Mexico, Turkey, and even Malaysia. Yeah, I've been seeing Clippies everywhere. For those of you that don't know, the Clippy movement is like Microsoft Clippy. You know that paper clip with the googly eyes that used to be in Windows? He was a relatively useless AI. But he was an invasive one that's trying to do all kinds of bullshit, that's screwing over everyone. So people realized that he wasn't that bad. So basically, Clippy is like the face of a new movement, basically saying screw you to like unideal, unsafe, privacy invasive practices. So like say, for example, you get yourself like a car, then it's brand new and everything, and then they charge you all kinds of stuff, like they charge you for heated seating every month. They charge you for, let's see, what's car features? They're using the radio every month. Like subscription-based nonsense like that like aren't necessary, that you should logically have gotten with the car, but they then demand monthly payments. That's what the Clippy moment is aimed to prevent. People change their profile picture because you can't you can't really censor that, and if they do, it just makes them look extremely afraid and all that. So every time they see that picture, it's an invitation for people to go and say, hey, why is your profile picture that? They explain it, and you basically know that like that person is basically against like all of this nonsense that's going on these days. Let's see. Should I have it on the other side too? I could just have like some small ones on the other side. But yeah, that's the gist of it. There's a lot more to it than that, but that's the gist. Alright, so I'm gonna do that. Alright, let's see. But yeah, it is an interesting movement. I'm not gonna change my profile picture because I like mine, but yeah, if y'all do that, that would be fine. Like, it's just not about changing the profile picture. It's about like standing up to like rude practices by not purchasing whatever product, like properly documenting the ways that X company screws over the consumer, what have you. Excuse me. It's about unification and all of that. It's a necessity these days. Alright, so let's see. It's a hedgehog looking enough to me. Kind of blends in, but I'm just gonna do the rest of him for now. Alright, so let's see. Let's make him slightly more red like this. You know, Guy Fawkes mask, those are to provoke in the government and V for vendetta. Yeah, that's basically the idea of the Clippy. Like, not as cool though, but it is basically the idea behind having a Clippy do that, to provoke like a response from like whoever, basically the companies and stuff. Alright, so let's read. I'm not gonna make it fully like that. I think that's fine. So we're gonna do that. Let's do this and this. Alright, so let's add some eyebrows here. And add that to right there. I hate that everyone uses Clippy and even the ID is over. They still use. I don't think it's over. I haven't heard anything about them announcing that it's not, that it stopped. It seems like it's still going. At least in America, it seems to be that way. So we're gonna do that. Let's also, let's see. Let's make the loin cloths a different color. Yeah, that works a little bit more. That's good like that. Well, since this is a stick, I made it like a little bit too not jaggedy. So let's just do that. It really ain't much, but it's something. Let's do that. This. Bam. Yeah. At least I got to finish like all of the creatures for the stream. I was planning on doing like a bit of like animation making. I actually have it open right here. I was gonna like do some other animations like this. You can see like a punching animation, walking animation. I did this already, but everything broke, so I had to redo it. And a nice little running animation there. There's no texture to this guy, but yeah, that's that. Anyways, let me pause that so I don't lag everything out. Let's go to the punch one, and that should be fine. And yeah. Oh, let me just show you the hurt one too. Yeah, that's a little something. He ain't gonna be dangerously hurt. So back to this. Right, so yeah, these little guys look cool, so I may have them in the tin completely in the series. So we're gonna do that, and that.
My time has come to burn. I invoke the ancient power that I may return. In a void bordering three worlds, I have awoken, and I'll see the barriers between.
Right, so that should be good. I feel like a bit of red would go really well on this fella. But I really like the nature colors that I inadvertently used, but I really like how it turned out there. Right, so we're gonna do that. I'm gonna make it red, but not too red, so just a dark red. Alright, let's just color in that specific part there. Alright, so that's good there. That's good there. And let's add some shine to his eyes. Alright, by going back to trees and oh. Alright, so let's see. Got all of that. Let's actually add just a slight shine to his nose too. I do this to the werewolf creatures too sometimes. Whenever I draw one. Yeah, I like this guy like much more than the big feet. Then again, I've spent 10 minutes drawing each of those two, while I spent 30 minutes on this little guy right here. So I think I like my one better than the picture. I know it's probably a bias, but I really do. So I think that that's pretty good. So I want to see how exactly it would look if like I have this like that and like that. Just like have fur go on the edges. If I do animate this guy, I'm gonna try to make like the design a little bit more simple. Instead of like this complicated mess it is. Would be good for like a still frame though. Or something like that. You've heard of the Baba Yaga folklore. Yeah, I forget if it's Russia or German, but it is basically this old woman that goes around and eats the children. I forget if it's a witch or not, but I have heard of it. Can't remember, but I think I saw like an episode of it on The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. It's a really old show. Love yours better. Thank you, Abe's Green. I'm so glad you say that. And speaking of that, I actually like this guy better, like with fur on his wrist. It just pulls it together a little bit more, in my opinion. So we're gonna do that. Excuse me. Alright, so yeah, this guy looks a lot more ideal. Yeah, it's a Russian one. Yeah, I knew it was Russian or German, so I'm glad I was kind of right. I just can't remember if it was like any child that you would eat, or if it was just the bad ones. I think it was just the bad ones. Yeah, but anyways, I was basically done with this. I didn't really plan on making any of these specific ones. I actually made the Mothman in a really old stream, and I made my own version of the Chupacabra that's more lizard-like. I already made the Bigfoot this stream. Did the Jackalope this stream too. I might make the Jersey Devil be his own tin if y'all want me to. I live in a noisy house. Yeah, same here. That's why I only stream when I'm alone. Hence why the streams are always random. So that's why I do that. Alright, so we also got the Nessie here. I could probably do... I feel like I want to make this like a full hour. So just 3 minutes left. I'm going to do the quickest sketch of Nessie I ever can. So let's do that. Let's have the bump on the other side. Do that. Alright, this. Not my house I live, someone's house I visit. Alright. So we got this here, this here. Right, so let's do that.
I'm so bored. These games are starting to feel like chores. But some triangle guy came up with a new game he found. Instead of just one world, I'll have 3 as my playground.
So let's do that. I usually skip it whenever he starts talking, but I didn't really feel like doing all that right now. But yeah, I was thinking about like making an aquatic dragon and basically making that Nessie for a story that I was working on. Alright, I'll go a bit overtime for this one, because why not? Let's do that. Try to hit hard. Alright. So let me do that. Gonna actually make just a slight ridge here. Why? I don't know. But we're gonna do that and do this. So just gonna do this. I'm not gonna do the other side of the mount because I'm not. So that's fine like that. So let's make this white. Add a slight bit of yellow to it. I was about to say let's give him jaundice, but that's when the skin's yellow, not the teeth. I think when the teeth's yellow, you just call it not Prussian. Alright, so let's see. Let's put that there, this here, that there. Alright, let's also make him kind of like that. That should be good. And this doesn't really make much sense, like biologically, for it to be orange. While being, actually it does, but it doesn't really make much sense for it to be orange while being an ocean critter. So I'm just gonna do that there, this here. That should be fine. So a little bit of this and a little bit of that. There we go. So at least like have it darker from the sides. Alright, so that's basically it. I don't really have any more cryptids I plan on drawing. So, and since I decided that just to draw that for Galactic right there, I'm gonna call it now. So if you enjoyed this live stream, be sure to press the like button. I'm just gonna add some like shining spots to it, just to show that it's wet and shiny and all that. So just please like the video and subscribe, because I do this randomly, so you don't miss another one of these. You can also go to the backlogs and see like what I've done with this. And until next time, this is Invasion Animation signing out. Yep, now he looks nice and shiny. Until next time. Short lives. Yep. It used to be around like this length, but then I started making them longer. Then they started crashing. But anyways, this is a short one. Until next time. And made 4 cryptids today. How awesome. Didn't do any fur on this guy, but he looks furry enough.